Hello everyone, it's me, Sabine, and today I'm gonna rate the controllers I have. That's pretty much it, starting from the oldest one, for the oldest console, and going up to the modern day. So first up, I guess we got the NES controller, which is pretty simple. It's a rectangle, with 4 buttons and a D-pad. It actually feels fine. The buttons are clicky and stuff. The D-pad's fine, though this is like not the original one because I didn't get the original one with my NES, so I can't say for sure. But it's alright. Didn't really play many games with this yet. Okay, this is satisfying though. Anyway, the next one is the SNES controller, which is this. Has shoulder buttons, has a D-pad. It's a little bit better than the NES one because it's not square and has rounded corners. Start and select button pretty much the same with the buttons. Well, they don't feel as clicky, but that's probably because the NES controller is like new and this one's well used for over 30 years old. Yeah, otherwise it feels fine. It does the job. It's pretty good. Also has this like slanted thing, which I don't really know if it makes it better or not. Maybe a bit better. But yeah, it's a decent controller. I have to wind them up now. Cable is really long. Ooh. Next we got the Goofy controller, which is the Nintendo 64 controller. It has 6 buttons, the start button here, and a D-pad here, and L and R and Z behind. It's really weird, it has 3 prongs. Sometimes, when I forget I'm playing on an N64, I just kind of do this. If you know what I mean, but yeah. This is obviously way better to hold, because that's how you're supposed to hold. And yeah, it's like the first controller to have like rumble support, I guess, with the rumble pack, if you have that. Otherwise, yeah, it's a weird controller. Also, this sucks, kinda. But I can't see why. After that, we got the GameCube controller, which has analog triggers. So you go this, and then it's a button. And just a single bumper button. Now the D-pad is tiny. The buttons here are just weird. It's not your typical ABXY, like, you know. It's all centered around the A button. The B button's here, and these two are here. It's weird. The C-stick is just a little nub, while this one, finally rubber, it's fine. What I don't really particularly like about the controllers is that, yeah, I don't like these little cutouts because, I don't know, they don't feel right. It's kind of weird. Not used to them. Otherwise, this is a decent controller. Finally, a normal looking kind of controller. That won't last long though, because we're moving on to the freaking Wii remote, and a Wii remote and an uncheck, and the classic controller, but that later. The Wii remote is a remote, not really a controller. It's built to be like a TV remote, for obvious reasons. And I guess it does its job good enough as both a TV remote and a controller. And you can hold it like this to play like NES games and stuff. Or like 2D games that don't need many buttons. Your motion controls and pointing controls and all that sort of stuff. But if you need a more controls, you get the nunchuck. And once again, it has the cutouts that do kind of weird, and two buttons, C and Z. Kind of weird, but okay. That's literally just a stick and two buttons on this. And of course a cable, because why else would you not call it a nunchuck if there wasn't like a cable in between all of this? So there's like another optional accessory you could get for the Wii. The classic controller. And the classic controller Pro, but I don't have that. And this is a normal-ish controller based on the SNES one. The buttons are like kinda weirdly spaced, but it's fine. Now what I really hate about this controller is that the sticks are like very close to each other down here, so yeah, your fingers will not like. And also this, look at the travel, this does nothing. You need to actually click it. So like, come on, why couldn't it just be like this instead of... It's like they were thinking of going analog, but then, maybe not. Really weird. And yeah, we will not see another analog shoulder button controller from Nintendo ever. Yep. But we see another controller that's with analog sticks, and that's the freaking Xbox 360 controller. And it's like one of my favorite controllers, because it's just comfortable. I know the hands, I don't know how to explain, but it's just perfect. Perfectly fits in your hands. And this one is the one that I reshowed to have like this transparent green type of color. Lumia 950, no one invited you. Shut up. The sticks are fine. The D-pad is like the only downside because like really not great. Apart from that, it's all good. I gotta stick for a bit for the controller of the PSP. Okay, for now I pulled this example of a PS3 controller that is kind of broken, especially here. The sticks are good, the buttons are good, the D-pad I thought was really bad because like, of course when seeing this for the first time I thought it was just separate buttons, but no, it's in fact quite normal. The buttons are normal. I don't like the triggers because they're not long on this. They're not long. And I guess for this controller I can also say the same about the PS2 and PS1 controller because they're pretty similar. So yeah, that's the PS3 controller. Guess what we got next is a big thing. It's the entire Wii U gamepad. It's massive and surprisingly comfortable. The sticks are smooth. The buttons are a little below, which, yeah, I mean, you could have swapped these two, but okay. The D-pad's fine. The ZL and ZR and the regular L and R buttons are like split apart, which are like kind of a little bit goofy. I just want to hold it like this because like I have kind of small hands, so yeah, this not that comfortable. You want to be down there, but some games don't want you to be down there. And it also works as a TV remote, and of course it's dead because Wii U gamepad's battery life is ass. Unfortunately. Guess what we got next is Joy-Cons and the Joy-Con grip. So the Joy-Con grip, it does the job fine. Get into all the buttons and all the Joy-Con features, does stuff. it's comfortable for more. It's more comfortable for some games, not for others. For others, this one's better. Like Mario Odyssey, for example, you can just whoop. Here's the cap. And yeah, they're pretty decent, I guess. They're like the controllers that do a lot of things. Not all the things particularly well, but they do the job just fine. Because, they're designed to be a handheld console for like that. And that, they do their job really well. As you can see. Don't really have much to complain about these. Apart from the fact that sometimes the plastic here can wear out and these would just stop holding, but you can just replace those little bits of metal ones and fix the issue. And yeah, no, don't forget the Joy-Con drift, though I didn't experience that. God damn it. Either way, out of all consoles, we go to the freaking Google Stadia controller, which is by far my favorite controller. It has these nice length and just space for your fingers to rest. No, I don't really recommend to do that all the time because sometimes it can just mess stuff up. The D-pad is like meh, but it's fine. The sticks, good. The buttons, very clicky, nice. Very nice. It's a good controller, but it's for a platform that has died and failed and all that other stuff. I guess last but not least is the Xbox Series X controller, which is fine. It's an improvement in some ways from the Xbox 360 controller. The sticks, fine. The D-pad, a little better, but still not perfect. The buttons are also fine. These are fine. What I don't really like about this is like these don't have as much space, I guess. Though they're still pretty fine. It's a decent controller otherwise. So yeah, these are my favorite controllers. And that's it. Thanks for watching and goodbye.